Offer unto God thanksgiving, and pay thy vows unto the Most High. And call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me.
Who do you call when things become rough? When all the cards are stacked against you, and when you lack the physical strength to carry on? Whom do you call? About 2 decades ago, I had an interesting angelic experience. My family and I used to live in Oxford and Kidlington, and one night my husband became unwell and had to go to A&D. I wasn't driving at that time, so he drove himself, me and my 2 older children, to the John Radcliffe Hospital in Oxford. We went through the reception into the ward. He was immediately admitted, and the doctor gave him medicine to calm his blood pressure because it was then very high. He told me to go and take our phones from the car because I had a missed call from my mom earlier in the day, and she might call again. I took my kids out of the ward, and instead of going through the reception, I went to the lift and pressed the 0 button. Guys, it took us to the ground floor, and when we stepped out of it, we found ourselves in total darkness. There were 2 tiny wall lights in opposite directions, but far ahead of us was the main street, and we could see the street light and some houses in the far distance. My eldest son told me to turn back and see, which I did. To my bewilderment, we were at the morgue, and we could see trolleys left behind us. Brethren, I held on tight to my son's hands and begun to declare, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me." I didn't let my kids feel the fear in me, so I kept talking to them to put their minds at peace. I was contemplating whether to turn back or keep moving forward, but I kept moving forward because I wanted to be out of that place quickly. Out of nowhere came a young, handsome, and smiling Asian guy walking towards us. He was dressed like a cowboy with a clean bulb haircut. His atmosphere was so peaceful, and I instantly became relaxed. He took my second son's hand and smiled at him. He asked me what we were doing there, and I told him we lost our way to the car park. So he offered to show us the way back. We all returned to the lift, and whilst inside, he pressed the 2nd floor, and he put his right hand on my second son's head and smiled at him again. The lift door opened to the same reception we were at. Then he pointed to the car park and waved bye to us, still smiling. Strangely enough, he pressed the 0 button again, and the door closed. "That was an angel," were the first words that came out of my mouth. When you're faced with a problem that seems big and immovable as a mountain, turn your eyes from it and look to Jesus. Only then will you be able to overcome that obstacle that stands in your way. Call upon Him when you're drowning in your challenges, when all your hope is gone. He is right there with you. He sticks closer than a brother or friend. Amen.